Carol. And we're here every Sunday, starting 5:30 for our beginner class. Today we kind of worked on sugar push, sugar tuck, kind of studying the difference between that and then taking it into some subtleties of that move. On our initial sugar push, one thing that we were talking about is having that heel by the toe. As we roll in, we continue our rib beyond us. So we take our connection beyond our heel, so it's just not vertically flat. As we take it back, we stretch from the rib that goes back. She releases, drives through into the connection, accelerating, stretch, she releases, and then drives, not pulling herself up and through. Okay, so on our basic sugar push, we have a stretch, comes from the rib. We stand up into our, roll into our 6, stretch, and walk, walk, compress, and send, compresses low. I can take the same compression. If I take it high, I would be there by 2. 1 and 2. Slightly around her eye level. Same side of my hand. I open up my shoulder for 3. I take my shoulder back, this brings her shoulder forward. This is going to indicate the start of the rotation, so this is kind of the wind up to the pitch, anchor in place. At the beginning, first quarter of the turn, of her rotation, I'm applying a little bit of power. Then after that, I kind of back off and follow her around, letting her finish the turn. 1, 2, I open, then I close, following her around. There's a compression, then the rotation. I can continue her rotation by keeping her hand up a little bit longer. She's going to turn through the turn. So it's 1, 2, here we go. Even though I'm anchoring, she's finishing out the rotation of a full complete turn. It's just going to continue the rotation by keeping the hand up a little bit higher. Okay, so then the next thing we went up, I said, one thing that we can do, if I can make this a free turn on my connection, if I set it low, since I can't go over her head low, I can just bring her, center, there you go. 1, 2, open, close to start the rotation, picking her back up. And notice as she's coming in, she's tracing the hand, tracing her arm into my hand because she's leading it, so this hand is blind to where the connection is. So I pick it up, she traces it down the line. Okay, one thing that we talked about, there's a momentary pause at apex where we get to a point 1 and 2. There's that pause right there. It's an apex of motion until it's redirected. If I do the same thing, I can bring her hand up and never really reach an apex that pauses by taking it up and moving it right over to her opposite shoulder, and I can then trace her arm. This is what's called a hairbrush. I can bring my hand up by 2. Okay, because I'm entering her space, she is not feeling that compression where I'm sending her back. She's maintaining the distance by stepping back. 1, 2, I'm in her space. As I step in, she steps away. 1, 2, and take it both sides. It doesn't matter. I can do the same thing with both hands, and this is called a hairbrush. I'm kind of like just enough to brush her hair out of her way. Whichever way we're going, it's just enough to brush the hair out of the way. I can even do this 1 and 2 one way. So I can go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So her footwork is still a sugar push. My footwork is still a sugar push. We're taking away the compression because I'm entering in her space. She's maintaining the distance. And I can easily get a hand change out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We then took this into since I'm in a left to left, compression, handshake, connection, I can take this into an easy prep. So I'm going to go 1 prep 2. 1 prep 2. Her energy is still coming down the line, but she's slightly opened up to about 1 o'clock on the dial. With this in mind, this is the wind up to the pitch. I'll go 3 and 4, 3 and 4, pick her back up, 5 and 6. Once again, it's that first quarter of the turn is where I'm applying power. After that, it's just a long for the right. If I maintain a connection, 1 prep 2, a little bit of power, let it go, pick her back up. We then took this into a connected turn where we're going to bring this into a wrap. So she's going to take it all the way to 4. 1 prep 2, I stay connected, 4, 5, 6, another prep, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. So what we have in real time, we're going to do a rotation to an open. She's going to maintain down the line. Then she's going to get her change of direction. 1 prep 2, 3 and 4, 5, prep 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. And that was one of our bigger moves today. Did we do anything else? I think that's it. Anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate it.